Weininger, but you can call me Buzz. I got the nickname Buzz when I was about 2, and I don't remember how I got it, but I got it and it stuck to me forever. So I was born on October 23rd, 1931 in Salt Lake City, Utah. I didn't like school when I was a kid, and I used to, in kindergarten, I used to sneak out and walk home. And if there's something you gotta know about me, it's that I'm a funny guy, and I love to tell jokes. So here's one of my favorites. Why do bees buzz?
Why?
Okay. You would too if someone stole your honey and nectar.
What did it?
I remember when I was little, me and my sister Carol, we found a case of eggs on the back porch and we started throwing them at the garage until someone finally caught us. When I was 11, my brother Wendell was drafted into World War II. And when I was 13, I was in my junior high glee club and was selected to be in the Barbershop Quartet. It was an important time in my life, and I loved being in the Barbershop Quartet and the glee club. When I was 19, I was interviewed by my dad, who was a bishop at the time, and I sent my mission papers and was called to go on a mission in the East Central States mission, which included Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. When I got back from my mission, I was a delivery boy for O.C. Tanner. Not soon after that, I was drafted into the Army, and at the time it was the Korean War. I was assigned to the Big Red One in Germany. I was in the Army. I was in the intelligence center, and I was a clerk typist. There was a rifle contest, and I won first place. But since I was so good at typing, I was a clerk typist, and my typing skills actually saved my life. So in the Army, I started the Barbershop Quartet with 3 men named Jim. All of the men, their first name was Jim. All of them. So they didn't really know how to sing or read music. So I taught them parts, and we ended up being really good. So we sang in conferences all over Germany. Then in 1955, I was honorably discharged from the Army, and I enrolled in BYU with my brother James. And then later I transferred to the University of Utah. And then I met my wife Carolyn. It was at a church dance, and my brother Keith introduced me to her. I was with another girl, so I danced with her, took her home, then went back to dance with Carolyn. Then I took her home, and at her apartment, and it was her birthday, so her old boyfriend was there to wish her a happy birthday, and boy was I jealous. I was chasing her as fast as I could, and proposed to her in November of 1957. I married her on June 9th, 1958. Then we were living at Stadium Village, and we were very poor, and the only type of transportation we had was a Honda motorcycle. At that time, we had 3 kids, and I just graduated at the University of Utah. Then I started a company called the House of Pumps. The first year, it was just a small company in my garage, and we only made $6,000, which is not a lot for a company. And then the company grew, and we had 7 more kids. Then we had 10 kids, but one thing that's cool about it is all 10 kids got college degrees, and that's pretty cool. But one morning, on the morning of February 4th, 1986, I was exercising with my wife, and I felt pain in my left side. I hit the floor. I was having a stroke. The next few months, I was in the hospital. The time I had my first stroke, my son, Weston, was on a mission in Louisiana. Weston's Caroline's dad, by the way. And I was paralyzed on my left side, and I had to retire from the House of Pumps. My health slowly worsened over the next 20 years, and I had 2 more strokes and a heart failure. Well, after my 3rd stroke, I took a few breaths and passed away on October 16th, 2006, surrounded by my family.
Excellent.
What were your kids' names?
Okay, so there was Brad, little oldest, and Kristen, Wallace, Court, Weston, Celeste, Monty, Colby and Colleen, they're twins, and Russell. Vic.
Is he your grandpa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Phoenix.
What's he famous for?
Leadership and yeah. And what else? Gabby.
What is the company he made up to?
They work with like pumps and stuff. Oh, and actually it's still a successful business today. It's one of the most biggest, most successful businesses in the Utah Valley.
Did you say that he was in World War II?
His brother was, but he was in the army during the Korean War.
Was he a private, general, or?
Actually, what he did was he was helping clean up World War II because it had ended not that long ago, and he was a clerk typist. Okay.